So we need to move on now to some other news. And just when you thought the plague was over, a new one comes along. Now, the monkeypox outbreak has led to an uptick of cases in much of the world, an uptick of cases in Spain, Belgium, Australia, Portugal, Canada, the United States, and here, where reportedly now a child is in intensive care with the disease. We don't know if it's because of the disease or complications, or that it's happened to have caught it and then in intensive care for something else. But mercifully, the Mirror is actually using photographs of monkeypox lesions on white skin, because it doesn't just affect black people, despite the pictures some papers have been using a lot of, nor does it only affect the bi or gay community, although there does seem to be a link with some of the early cases being transmitted. And there is now, we're told, the thing to worry about, community transmission. We all know what that means after the last 2 years, from one person to another who are not in any way connected to each other. So, Jason, do we need to be worried about this? Is it possible monkeypox is, as some have said, filling the space that's been left by the eradication of smallpox, which killed millions?
Well, I first thing to say is every single medical expert is stressing this is nothing like COVID in any way or form. Yes, it's worrying, but so far, touch wood, nobody in the UK has actually died from it yet. And although there's not a direct vaccine, the smallpox vaccines do work effectively against it. So, as far as I understand. So, I mean, yes, people should be careful. It makes sense that they've asked people who've caught it to self-isolate for 21 days. I'm slightly surprised they didn't do that immediately. But I don't think we should be too alarmed just yet. He says this with no medical knowledge whatsoever. So
well, they're talking about ring vaccination, which is when there's one person, say, if I've come down with monkeypox and report it to somebody, then everyone I've had contact with gets vaccinated around me in a protective little donut. And they think that you can get protection sort of within 4 days, and it obviously reduces your ability to transmit it, and it reduces the symptoms for you as well. And they reckon that would be enough, as opposed to having to do the blanket vaccinations across the country that we've seen. So fingers crossed that monkeypox is just having its moment. It was discovered in the 1950s. It has been around for a while. It does appear to be a very stable virus, according to virologists. So it's not likely to mutate and do lots of horrible, whizzing new things like COVID does, because it's a new virus. It's trying to find its place in the world and is mutating all the time. So hopefully, as Jason said, we don't have too much to worry about. But if you see someone with a suppurating lesion, perhaps don't give them a hug.